Hey coaches, welcome back. So today we are going to do a recap. If you've watched the Grade the OC series, you watched our season and saw how we did with the install of the shotgun wing tee. So we're going to talk about the year, talk about the offense a little bit, and then talk about what our off-season plan was moving forward to next year. So remember, this was a new install for us. The year before, they were very multiple. They were under center, traditional 100, 900, red and blue with the double wing backs. They did incorporate the shotgun the previous year, but they ran a lot of different concepts. Our plan was to be multiple information but simple in concepts. So feature the buck sweep heavily, the QB belly heavily. We wanted to utilize and feature the running quarterback. We ran a lot of QB power, a lot of QB belly, a lot of QB counter. We wanted to be physical up front. We thought we had some size. We wanted to impose our rushing attack, use angles to create matchups, and catch the defense off guard. And then we wanted to utilize the wing tee running game principles in our play calling. So again, utilizing trap, waggle, buck sweep, belly, incorporating the jet sweep as well. That was the objectives. When meeting those objectives, I feel that we definitely relied heavily on our rushing attack. We relied heavily on C gap to C gap runs. And we were successful in doing that. But towards the end of the season, you saw kind of things got a little dry. We got a little bit outmatched up front. And we couldn't keep consistent drives, couldn't keep the ball consistently, and we couldn't put points on the board consistently, which ultimately led to us going 0-2 in our last games. So starting the year, we had a new fullback, a new H, a new Z, a new X, a new tight end, and we had to replace pieces on the offensive line. So it was not just a new year for the offense, but a new year for a lot of players with these concepts. So it was a little bit of challenge getting the ball rolling, but we did use the summer to help us. And I felt like coming into camp, or coming out of camp, I should say, I felt we were prepared. Now, our scrimmage, we played a very physical team in our scrimmage. They kind of gave us a little bit of a wake-up call. Our first game, we started off very sluggish, a lot of penalties. But then we were able to pick it up. And that, I think a little bit of the preparation and a lot of it had to do with a lot of new faces on the offense. So the year, we finished the year 7-2 in our conference. We were runner-up in our conference. Our final record was 7-4. We lost our conference crossover game, and then we lost our first playoff game even after receiving a bye in the first round. So losing our final two games was something that really stuck out to us, something that really left a bad taste in our mouth, and something we really wanted to dive into and figure out why that happened. But we were able to secure two 1,000-yard rushers, which we thought was a positive thing. The fact that we used that 1-2 punch between our quarterback and our running back, or fullback, and that was something that we thought was a success. So if we look at the stats, glaring thing that sticks out there is the 480 total passing yards. 2 passing TDs to 4 interceptions. We were heavily a run team. And that was the game plan going in. That was kind of what we knew our identity would be. But as the season unfolded, you could see we weren't well equipped in our passing game. Wasn't for player. It was just simply the scheme we did not develop. Our waggle was underutilized. Our three-step passing concepts, we did have success with those, but maybe relied on those in very predictable situations. So passing game was something we really wanted to dive into in the offseason. Now, rushing, quarterback led the team with 217 carries, 1,295 rushing yards, and 21 TDs. Fullback had 146 for 1145, 9 TDs. Our H-back, who we brought in our deuce package, and also our H is our slot receiver. He had 49 carries for 348 yards, 5 TDs. Our Z, which ran a lot, predominantly our counters, our buck sweep counter, or buck sweep reverse, our double handoff. 37 carries, 375 yards, and 6 TDs. Our backup fullback had 32 carries for 372 yards and 2 TDs. And our rotating Z-back had 20 carries for 99 yards and 2 TDs. So rushing-wise, again, we thought our 1-2 punch worked really well. We liked our deuce package. But there was, very predictable when we got in the deuce package. But that didn't bother me. I was confident in our gap power scheme that if teams wanted to stack the box, we would still be okay. Now, against teams that really brought 9, 10 guys up in the box, maybe we wouldn't lean on deuce as much. But again, our power play was our only or our main gap integrity play to keep that gap integrity. If teams were stacking the line, our center was in a conflict with the shotgun wing T on buck sweep. He's got to block or be responsible for both A gaps. So if a team was pressuring both A gaps, we went to power as a result. So now, end of the year, let's talk about what did we like, what we didn't like about the offense at the end of the year. So number one, the physical run game. We liked our physicality. We liked the fact that there were games where we just imposed our will on teams. We thought that physicality translated to both sides of the ball. So that was something we definitely liked. Simplicity. After our install, it was very easy. With our tags and formations, it was very easy to create multiple looks for our base plays. We could run buck sweep out of a multiple of looks. We could run QB belly out of a multitude of looks. We could line up in trips. We could line up in what people call quads, 2 wide receivers wide on each side. So that was something that we liked. Again, that multiple formations, giving teams something to look at. We tried to utilize those multiple formations with a little bit of RPO, but that was something we did not rep enough to make it a significant part of the offense. We dabbled in it, but it wasn't repped enough. Same thing with the read. We ran, the inverted veer with jet, without jet as well. We did not rep that. That was not going to be a focal point of the offense because we did not have the reps to make it a focal point of the offense. But we liked that option was there. We also thought we had a great idea with the fullback QB 1-2 punch in the run game. Teams overload to the buck sweep, come to the backside with the QB belly. We really thought that was a successful idea. Now, execution, play calling the last 2 weeks, sustaining drives, that was an issue moving forward. We also liked our 3-step passing concepts. We ran some empty. We did some fade out, some fade arrows, some slant arrows. Our smash concept, we had a big touchdown pass on that. We missed a big touchdown on that. We liked our 3-step passing game, but again, we probably utilized that in predictable situations, and we probably didn't rep that enough to make it a mainstay in the offense as the running game was. So now let's look what we didn't like. As the season progressed, we could tell, especially the last 2 weeks, we were beat up front. Our backs, uh, you could tell that they were worn down. That was something we could see. That was something we could feel at practice, intensity level, and enough so that we'd made note of it as a staff. Uh, you know, going on, a big term, load management. Uh, Practices kind of changed a little bit towards the end of the season. Maybe our ones didn't get as many reps as they did earlier in the season. Did that play a role? I'm not sure, but something we definitely take note of. And one thing that stuck out like a sore thumb was our play action pass game. We had Waggle, and that was about it. And again, we underutilized Waggle because we just weren't comfortable. We did hit some nice plays on Waggle, but we were just uncomfortable on the backside. What to do with that backside end? Do we block them? Do we not block them? Do we boot our quarterback out naked? Worried about pressure? Again, it's just something that we weren't 100% sold on, so we kind of just used it in certain situations. If that's a base play of your offense, you want to be able to use it in every situation. So that was something that we really wanted to look at. We want to improve the play action pass. Another thing we looked at when we went back, we didn't realize it at the time. I think we just did it subconsciously. But when we went back and looked at the tape and we started charting the offense and what we were running against who and why, we noticed that in our big games, the teams we were playing the better teams, we really schemed our outside run game. We really focused on our jet sweeps. We even made sure we ran the jet read, the inverted veer. And that was something, well, why? Why is it against these better teams are we focusing or we're spending time attacking the perimeter? We wanted to get out of the phone booth fight, as I call it, C gap to C gap. You get in a fist fight in a phone booth. We wanted to get away from that against these better teams to try to open up C gap a little more. So that was something we definitely noticed. One of the other coaches brought up, well, if this is going to work against the better teams, wouldn't this work against the good teams and not so good teams? And that was a discussion we had, and something that, again, during the year, I don't think we consciously were aware of that. It was just something, hey, we want to have this. We want to be able to push the edge. Just realized, okay, well, we did this against the better teams. Another thing that we didn't think maybe was up to par against previous years. The wing tee is about deception. We felt that maybe our deception was lacking in the shotgun. Quarterback gets the snap in front of him. The ball's always in front of him. Was that something that was a disadvantage to us? So that was a conversation we had. And then we realized in some of the big games we were outsized up front. Now, we teach technique. We teach, get on a hip. So size isn't as important as leverage. But we did run into some tough matchups in our interior. And our tight end, we talked a lot about our tight end play this year. Our tight end was put in a lot of tough matches setting that edge on buck sweep throughout the year. And that guy was graduating. So we looked at that and we said, man, we really relied a lot on our tight end to make some great plays. And he went out there and gave it 110%. But that guy's leaving. So are we going to be able to get that from somebody else next year? That was a big question. The fact that our center, both guards would be graduating. That was a big stick for us as well. So that was something that, we're going to be outsized. Is this something we feel we can be successful with a much smaller line next year? So after we had some coaches meetings and some discussion, we decide heading into the summer that we were going to move to the pistol. We were going to move to the pistol, number one, to focus on the perimeter run game. The pistol would give us two wing backs, one to the tight end side, one on the back side. We could still run our 20 series if we chose, buck sweep, trap, waggle. But we were going to focus predominantly on the jet sweep, getting to the perimeter run game. That's what we did against the better teams. Why not do that against everybody? We also felt that the pistol would allow us to improve and implement a play action pass game. That was an issue in the shotgun. We could run our waggle. We could also run our belly passes. We could also run our down passes out of the pistol. The quarterback is turning around. The ball is now hidden. So this was something that we thought the pistol was going to improve on. We also wanted to involve our X receiver, our wide receiver. Did not get a lot of love in the shotgun. Now, he was left uncovered a couple times, which he got a touchdown because he wasn't covered with the formations. We were able to trick some defenses, but really he was out there stalk blocking. The year before we went into the strictly shotgun wing tee, I don't think the X had a reception. So this is something we've noticed in the school here for a last couple years. We need to make the X receiver a threat. We need to get them involved. We need to make the defense respect the threat out there on the perimeter with their wide receiver. And that was something we needed to do. We also thought that the pistol would take pressure off the offensive lineman. As I said, we put a lot of pressure on our tight end. We put a lot of pressure on our linemen running the shotgun wing tee. We're going to be smaller up front, so we want to take some pressure off. The perimeter game will do that. It'll put a little more pressure on our wing backs, but it will take an immense amount of pressure off of our linemen. Another thing we liked about the pistol is it gave us the option that we could utilize our quarterback as a runner, or we could run that offense as a QB that was a pure passer, or lack of a better term, a game manager. Maybe not a very mobile quarterback, but a thinker, an accurate passer. We could evolve this pistol offense every year based on our personnel. Whereas the shotgun wing tee, how we wanted to run it, you had to have that mobile quarterback. And now our quarterback was coming back for his senior year. So we knew we had that. We knew he was a very good runner. We wanted to make him, we wanted to improve his passing skills because he had made some great throws for us the past season, but we wanted to give him more confidence. We wanted to prepare him better. We wanted to put him in better situations when it came to the passing game. So that is really what the game plan is going to be for the next season. So we only stuck with the shotgun wing tee for 1 year, and we decided then to go a different direction based on personnel. I think depending on what you have coming in and out of your school, historically we are a smaller school. We had smaller players. Historically, we had maybe 2 or 3 really good athletes, where other schools maybe have 4, 5, 6. So we felt that the pistol would suit us better moving forward. Now, does it? That's what we're going to find out. So tune in and see how we adapt this pistol, how we move forward with this pistol offense, and comment. What'd you think of the season, coaches? What did you think our 1 year of the shotgun wing tee? What did you like? What didn't you like? What are things you thought we did well? What are things you thought we stunk at? Comment below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you like what we're doing here, and stay tuned because we're going to get into the pistol wing tee and we're going to show you how we did with that moving forward.